Hello, Visions. Welcome to this session of the 2025 Virtual Curriculum Fair. I'm joined by Cindy from Homeschool Languages, who will be presenting about one of our supplemental options. Cindy, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Hi, guys. I am so happy that you took time out of your day to come just learn more about homeschool languages. So first of all, I'm Cindy. So I'm the founder of Homeschool Languages, and I know that I'm unassuming, but that's okay. I am proudly the least cool member of the Homeschool Languages team, and I love that. So I pride myself on being a great gatherer. So I saw a need and I gathered amazing, beautiful souls for the job with the vision. And together we made what we're realizing is kind of a phenomenon in the foreign language world. And I'm really excited to tell you more about it. So first thing you have to know is that I am a super lazy mom. And this is really important to know because I might tell you some cool stories about how my kids can speak Spanish. And what you need to hear from those stories are, wow, if even she can do it, I totally can do it. But I love a good time, which actually makes me the best team leader. So I find ways to be concise because of my laziness and find the easiest way to teach the hardest things. So what might be a fault in some places has actually proven to be optimal in teaching kids to use a foreign language. Yes, even reflexive verbs with indirect object pronouns by the time that they're 7, and that's real. And it may include jumping around on a verb mat like this, because that's what fun. And it takes, like this said, it's clear and it's simple, but clarity and simplicity isn't childish. It's a mark of true genius to make the complex simple. So today, after telling you what homeschool languages is, I'm going to tell you why you can teach your kids a new language and you don't need to be fluent. You are literally the best teacher for them, and you can fight me on that. And if we want more to fight about, I know small intentional moments are greater than sudden immersion or moving to another country. So, and I know that all of you are thinking about resorting to this. And if you do end up doing it, please take me with you. Would love to go to Costa Rica. But yes, I'm here to say that you can simply do at home can be even more effective. And I have receipts for that. So then at the end, I'll leave time for questions. So write them down as we go through. And at the end, if you can handle enough Cindy time, you'll get a special little treat. Okay, so first, what is Homeschool Languages? Homeschool Languages is a full foreign language curriculum in one box. So it's full, it's complete. We ask for nothing more from you, not even to go to the library for more books. It has all you need for a comprehensive course. It even has grammar and culture sneakily intertwined. And your first lesson is telling them that Spanish is actually a real language. So you're really starting from zero. And your last lesson in this box that you're seeing here is a full picnic with your kids in the language. So that's including small talk and jokes, preparation, and cleanup. Again, all in the new language. Who's it for? So it's for kids aged 4 to 10 who either don't speak the language, they have no experience with it, or they know some, but they're not actively speaking it with you. Our goal is to get you speaking in the home with your kids. So that's priority above all, is that the kids, they like the language, they aren't overwhelmed or nervous when they hear it or hear you speak it, but they're actively searching for reasons to speak it with you. And that's what ends up making our home the immersive experience. But I digress. So right now we have 5 languages so far. We have Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, German, and ASL coming this fall. Okay, what it is not. It's not that pretty picture. It's not a subscription. So things like TalkBox Mom is, and you should use it. It's great. But Homeschool Languages is a full course, and you can use it as many times as you want, so it's non-exhaustible, and use it with your entire family. So again, the goal is to have your home, your family be bilingual. And so even the cards are thick and they're toddler proof. So we plan for you to use this for years to come. It's also not an online class, and this is intentional. We love tutors. We love online classes and we love natives. Yes. So there's enough resources out there for that. So go get them. What there isn't, though, is someone to help you fill the gap of learning between those things and using it in your home. And that's what we do. We bridge the gap between learning and using it with your kids through clever, intentional interactions that help your kids associate you with the language and letting muscle memory take over from there. So I'll show you more soon, assuming that the images come up. Okay, another thing that it's not a language arts curriculum. So things like Yamita Spanish is, and Corey, the founder there, is literally my best friend in the world. So I hope that after Homeschool Languages, you go straight to her. But we don't teach reading, writing. We don't spend time tracing words or coloring red if you're learning red, or the alphabet, or learning math or shapes in Spanish. We teach your kids to respond to you when you say, espera, hace frío afuera y necesitas un abrigo. Busca un abrigo y zapatos y vamos. So that's actually something that you will be saying and your kid will be responding to in Unit 3. And that's basically just like, wait, it's cold outside. You need a jacket. Go get your jacket and shoes and let's go. It's also not just a box of toys. So yes, it's a box. And yes, there are fun things inside. And yes, your kids will absolutely beg to snuggle Alberto, the puppet, outside of the lessons. But when I say it's not a box of toys, I'm comparing it to things like the fun Hola Amigo subscriptions. And those are so cute. And I totally encourage you to gather all those resources. But those kind of tools help with learning random vocabulary like fire truck and octopus. They're great if you already know enough of the language to guide your kids in their play. So what makes us different? So with Homeschool Languages, we don't just give you words, we guide you in your play with your kids using practical language that easily translate into your daily routine. So for example, in just the first few lessons, and those are free on our website, you can take out the food cards, again, included in that freebie, and ask your kids which one they want. Again, this is in the language. They'll respond to, I want that. And of course, if they forget to say thank you, then the rambunctious puppet is going to come after them. So they have to say gracias. Alberto might take the card back. So that's where the magic happens. After doing that one activity, what's going to come naturally when your kids ask for a snack 500 times a day? You'll ask them which one they want in Spanish or the language you're learning. And guess what? They'll respond. So that's 500 new reasons, new opportunities to speak Spanish today, all from that one simple activity. Okay, so I'm excited about this part. So I told you that I'd empower you to speak a new language with your kids. So here's our moment. If you felt like teaching them is an overwhelming task, listen up. This part is for you. So let's reframe your mind on what a language is. So first, when you think of a language, this is what you're thinking. There it is. That's the language. To make it a little less overwhelming, let's just assume it's a language you already know, like English. So now I'm going to assume you consider yourself fluent in English, right? Okay, well, still, you don't know English. Like, this is all of English. This is all the words in the dictionary, and you consider yourself fluent. You don't even know all the words. So then there's this. This is what you do know. You're brilliant. Look at all that you know. You've worked 30 years to learn all these words, and I'm so proud of you. But I hate to break it to you, you don't even use all these words you've worked so hard for. So of course there are big words like obtuse and cacophony. But when's the last time you used the word fire hydrant or Ferris wheel or streamers? I haven't, at least this week. So this is what you're actually using on a daily basis. And I dare say this little circle is fluency. This might not be all the words you hear in a TV show or in a presentation, but it's talking to the lady at the checkout. This is getting your kids up in the morning. This is making dentist appointments. This is telling your husband about your day. This is fluency. But you want to know something even cooler? This is your kids. This is your home life with your 4 to 10-year-old. Wow, Cindy, convenient age range right there, right? I know. This is what you're speaking with your kids at home. It's not extensive. It's not deep. It's informative. It's loving. It's instructional. It's caring. And it's also very repetitive. So do you see? You've been thinking of language like it's this huge thing here, when really, if your goal is speaking the language with your kids at home, making your home the immersive experience, your goal is only this part. And that is so obtainable. So then we can move out to furthering our stories about our day and talking with the clerk and discussing the fish at the museum. But first, it all starts here in the home. So if you really want to teach them like they learn their first language, then let's make sure that you're starting here. And so why is this important? They see it as useful. And what they use, they end up understanding. And what they understand, they build upon. So how do we make this useful? So we need to beat the system. School taught us that vocab acquisition is key, and it's also why you hated your high school French class. So the idea was that if you learned enough vocabulary, you'd suddenly have enough that when you string them together, you'd be speaking the language. And this is how we overcome that and make language useful again. This is what big language doesn't want you to know. Instead of teaching a few words or phrases that are used in one setting, like this, and you've seen these phrase lists, and I remember in my high school Spanish class that, yes, I definitely knew what desk and backpack and pen was, and how to say, what my name is, but could I say anything in the home? No. So see how they're very specific to their locations. So what we do instead is we teach simple phrases that can be used most everywhere. And so that way it's easily applied. And when it's applied, what is applied? Because it's useful, gets used. So now because of that, the fact that we focus on home language right now, we focus on high frequency words and phrases. We just know that they speak. We don't know a lot, but we do know they use a lot. So if that makes sense. So I'll give you an example with my kids. You got to try the first lessons. For some reason, when you just give them an easy win, and our first easy win in the curriculum is just having a short conversation. We do that through song, where we teach them the hello, how are you, I'm good, thank you, but in a song. And they realize, oh my gosh, I can speak it, and you're responding to me too. And suddenly they're fluent in the language. And my favorite moment was my son hearing some girls speak Spanish in a parking lot, and he just took off after them, just going, "¿Cómo estás?" And that's all that he knew at the moment. But because he knew he could get a response, he just had confidence, and still to this day. So we're just using it with my 5-year-old, and she's constantly just like, "Hey, Mom, are you hungry? What do you want to eat?" in the new language. This morning, my 3-year-old, and again, remember, I'm the laziest person. So if we're not consistent, we are not consistent on this, and we're not immersing them in the home. But I felt my little 3-year-old's hands were cold, and I said, "Oh, you're cold?" And she just said, "Tengo frío." Like they bring up the language because they see it as useful and not just memorized. Okay, so we start with the most used phrases, which hint, it's not "what's your name?" We don't use that in the home. We're not introducing ourselves. And just watch how the language comes alive in your home. So our goals, it's only useful to you if you do the curriculum. So here's what our goals are. We want it to be as easy for the parent as possible, because if it's easy, you do it. This is why it's scripted. This is why we offer the full printed version. There's nothing standing in the way but yourself. We did everything we could, but having you just do it. So we needed it to be easy to start, easy to do, easy to want to do again. So the lessons are simple, they're quick, but they're impactful. So even while the baby is sleeping, something that I love about it is, yeah, you only have 5 minutes between things. But if you know that you can just open the book and it's scripted, and your mind, you're not fully present. Your mind is on the dirty dishes or the co-op you have to go to. You can still complete the lesson and have it be impactful, because it tells you what to do and say. So more than just its pretty look, so beyond the physical features that are easy on the parent, let's look inside. So yeah, it looks like we have time. So I'll go into this. Yes, before the questions, let's talk about how you would do the curriculum. So this is something that you would see. So if you are completely new to the curriculum, you would want to hear the language first. So all the darker words, all the bolded words are the words in the other language. So all those are also written here on the side, but we have audio for them too. So you would be hearing them and just reviewing them first. And then you're empowered to be able to teach the lesson, know how they're pronounced. And then if you forget during, so maybe you learned one of these phrases in an earlier lesson, you have the sneak peek to go to the margin real quick, just make sure you know what it means and continue. But it's telling you exactly what to do, exactly what to say. So in this one, the material, you would start with the materials. It says what you need. Sorry, that was redundant. But you would need the puppet. And then it tells you here, you just need to hide it real quick because we're learning here, where is it? And here it is. So you're going to take a few minutes and play with him. And then we're going to go into culture, and we're not just explaining culture like, oh, by the way, but we're including it in our study. So we're using this pictures of Las Meninas where we're pointing on the included globe, where it is on a map, and we're talking about these people, our future friends that are speaking this language. Where are they, and what are some of their cultures, so you feel more connected to them and to the language. And so yeah, we're using this picture to say, okay, well, where is, now that we know that phrase, like, where is the little girl, what color is her dress, and so reviewing it using that. Yes. Okay, we talked about that. Okay, yeah, the new vocabulary, just if there's a lot going on, you just know exactly what you're focusing on. So yes, here's the geography and the margins. So the open and go. If you have to stop in the middle of a lesson, just know you can come back to it. If things are check boxes, we just know it's easier to come back to, that you don't have to finish everything. Again, making it as easy on you as a parent. So yes, I guess that we will. Let's talk about this. Okay. This is one of my favorite reviews, and I hope that it resonates with you. But someone said, I just wanted to gush about how much I'm loving your curriculum. I've been attempting to teach my children Spanish for 3 years now, but I felt like we were getting nowhere. We just completed lesson 11 of level 1. And again, you get the first 10 lessons for free on our sites if you want to see how that feels. And oh my goodness, they're speaking Spanish now. I love that it's real life, useful vocabulary, not just a list of random words. Because let's be serious, what 8-year-old cares about learning the Spanish word for broccoli? I ordered level 2. I was on sale and it arrived this week, and I'm even more impressed than ever. You have made it so fun, engaging, and easy. That's what we want to hear. Please keep creating. So let's go back to here if you have any questions.
Cindy, absolutely wonderful. Thank you. I am going to go ahead and pause our recording so that we can go ahead and do some Q&A.
Okay.